First week in ordinary time, 10th of January, reflection. In the city of Capernaum, on the Sabbath, Jesus entered the synagogue and was teaching. And they were astonished at his teaching, for he taught them as one who had authority and not as the scribes. Authority comes with connection, ownership. When you are heir, you are son and a daughter of God, then you have authority. It's not something that you have borrowed. Rather, it is innate, connected within. That's how you get authority. So what Jesus spoke was his life. Exactly, there was no contradiction, dichotomy between his word and deeds. That's exactly how, when he said, there be light, there was light. When he said, Ephphatha, eardrums were open. When he asked to be silent to the storm, it was silenced. That's exactly what would happen when your words have power. When it comes to Jesus, he is the word, logos we call. And now what happened? So he had authority in what he spoke. And also you have authority in what you speak, because you obey what you say. You don't contradict your life with what you say, how you live and all that. So Jesus had power, authority. And immediately there was in their synagogue a man with an unclean spirit, and he cried out. Normally, people with unclean spirit, they cannot enter synagogues on Sabbath day. They are condemned and doomed. But then here we find a man with unclean spirit. How? They never knew that he is with unclean spirit. When Jesus spoke, he could not stay. The word pierced his heart. All the demons were crushed and burned with his word. So when he spoke, the spirit came out. He was not rebuking. He was just doing the sermon. How his word became powerful, that powerful. Word says, what are you to do with us? And immediately there was in their synagogue a man with an unclean spirit, and he cried out, what have you to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth? The devils are asking, what have you to do with us? Then what with whom they have to do something? Who? It's you and me, not God. Devil is never fighting with God. He knows there is no room for him to win. So devil's target is you and me. There is no business with God to the devil. But then he has a business with us to let us down, break the connection. So that we have to understand how the evil one can destroy. So what happened? What have to do with us? So the moment we deal with God, the devil does not have anything to deal with us. That's the powerful way how we should fight the enemy, overcome enemy. And what have you to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God. And devil exactly knew who he was. But then all the others, so-called Pharisees, Sadducees, high priests, and especially these people, those who are chosen, I could not identify him, because he was so he was hidden. The salvation was hidden. But Jesus rebuked him, saying, "You are the Holy One of God." Jesus is the Holy One of God, and others could not find him, identify him, but devils identified him. That is a paradox, that is a contradiction. There is a touch of irony in the fact that the disciples, scribes and Pharisees all failed to recognize who Jesus of Nazareth really is. A voice from within the possessed man calls Jesus Holy One of God. My dear friends, and this person was disturbed. What are you to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know you who you are, Holy One of God. But Jesus rebuked him, saying, be silent and come out of him. Why silent? Jesus does not want promotion from the evil one, not the popularity. Popularity is something very dangerous. Devil will always try to destroy you in the very possible way, using all the ways and means to destroy you. So that's important to know. But Jesus rebuked him and saying, be silent and come out of him. And the unclean spirit, convulsing him and crying out with loud voice, came out of him. That's the problem. The evil spirit was so settled within him, and he was doing all the work possible, but then without inner connection. That is the danger of it. So, a newty and the unclean spirit, convulsing him and crying out with a loud voice, came out of him, and they were all amazed, so that they questioned among themselves, saying, what is this? A new teaching with authority? He commands even the unclean spirits, and they obey him. And at once his fame spread everywhere throughout all the surrounding region of Galilee. My dear friends, so that's how Jesus, when he encountered evil, how the good overcame evil. That should happen in our lives also. And the unclean spirit, convulsing him and crying out with loud voice, came out of him. That's how when you are about to get the answer, when you are about to get the solution, the devil will completely mess the whole thing up. You have to be careful. You have to be connected strongly. I know who you are. Devils knew who Jesus was. That's fine. But then they never believed him, that he can save them. That is the problem. That is the danger. We know about Jesus, but do we really surrender our lives to him? Do you really commit our life to him? That's important. And in the first reading beautifully says, what is man, and you are mindful of him, or the Son of Man, that you care for him. You made him a little while lower than the angels. You have crowned him with glory and honor, putting everything in subjection under his feet. Now putting everything in subjection, he left nothing outside his control. At present, we do not yet see everything in subjection to him, but we see Jesus, who for a little while was made lower than the angels, crowned with glory and honor because of the suffering of death, so that by the grace of God he might taste death for everyone. For it was fitting that he, for whom and by whom all things exist, in bringing many sons to glory, should make the founder of their salvation perfect through suffering. For he who sanctifies and those who are sanctified all have one saying, I will tell of your name to my brothers. In the midst of the congregation, I will sing your praise. My dear friends, that's how the Lord is going to act within you. Just believe. Only He can set you free. Amen. May God bless you.